Hey guys, welcome back to another video in Spring Boot series. In this video, I want to talk about how can we query data from the database when we just have a particular field, right? So, for example, in this particular example, I have an array of video objects which with where first video object has a title chapter 1, second video object has a title chapter 2. But if I want to just get all the video object that has title chapter 1, how should I achieve that, right? So in Postman, if I send title equals to chapter 1, I'm right now seeing nothing found, right? So because it's not implemented that yet, right? So let's go back into our code base and implement that feature. um, so inside get mapping, when a title is present, um, right now we are calling get video by title. This is old implementation. In one of the videos you'll see that why we were doing that. We were just going iterating over the list, and we are trying to find a title, right, on that list. And but in the real scenario we cannot do that because our database can have tens of thousands of records. We cannot iterate over each record, right? That won't be efficient, right? So let's change that. Let's just delete that for now, and we'll utilize the video repository that we created in earlier videos, right? So if you remember, in one of the video repository, we just created a video repository interface. So we'll say we'll create a method inside that, and there'll be we'll call it find by. We'll say find by title, right? And that will take a video object. They'll actually take a title, right? And then this guy is going to return, let's say, a video object, right? So basically when you send a title, we're going to call this guy, and this guy, once it finds a video object by the title, just return that object back, right? And that's it. The beauty of repository is you don't need to do anything else. It's everything will be done out of the box for you, right? So if you want something from the title, you just say find, and then you'll say by title, right? If, for example, if you have a description here, you'll say find by description with D capital, right? And that's very important, right? You need to keep the uppercase here. So we'll do video find by title. Let's go back to our service, and we'll call this guy. We'll say video repository dot find by title, and we'll send the title string to that method. That should return a video, right? So we'll just simply return this. So now let's go back to controller. So if everything went well, we'll get a video object out of this method. We are using that here, and then we are doing our old checks here, so I won't touch that. So let's restart the service, stop and rerun. Let's go back to Postman so we can hit the request. And every time we restart the service, our database gets emptied out. So I'm going to create a couple of requests again. I'm going to say chapter 1 intro. Let's send that. Created. I'm going to send another one, chapter 2. I'll say get request. I'm just putting some sample string there. Alright, let's go to get, and let's see what we have. Let's see all the objects for now. So we have two objects in our database, chapter 1 and chapter 2. And now let's try to get chapter 1 out of this, right? So I'm sending a title equals to chapter 1. Let's just keep C capital, so just as it is for now. And you can see chapter 1 came back. We didn't see chapter 2 because we are finding by title chapter 1, right? And now let's make C small, and that will be very interesting, right? And you can say it doesn't find it. So that's not good, right? We cannot force our API clients to send something in a particular case. So let's address that issue as well. So in video repository, when we say find by title, we can say ignore say find by title, and we can say ignore case. So when we say find by title, ignore case is going to ignore uppercase and lowercase, right? It's just going to search for you, and that's it. We don't need to do anything else. Everything else remains same, right? So let's go back. Since I restarted the service, let's fill our database back again. Chapter 1, chapter 2. I'm not changing the description. Oh, it looks like database server is not up yet. Something went wrong. Okay, so we need to, yeah, so I changed the method name here, but I didn't change the way we are calling in the service. So we'll say find by title ignore case, right? So that'll take care of this error. Okay, I rerun the service. Let's go back. Let's enter chapter 1 again. Let's add another object. Alright, let's see what we have. We have two objects, chapter 1 and chapter 2. Let's query that with capital C. It should work like before. It's working. Let's query that with a small c. It was not working before, but right now it should work, and it is working, right? You can see, although we are supplying a small c, but we are still seeing capital C coming back up, right? So repository is very powerful. I should say JPA is very powerful, because now JPA is taking care of all the details for you. It's not exposed to us, but you can see we just need to write a particular method, and then we need to supply the property that we want to search for, and then we write this method accordingly, right? We make sure we prefix that with find by, and then we concatenate that with the property name, and if you want to ignore the case, you can say ignore case, right? Very very easy, but yet at the same time very efficient as well. So that's it for this video. In next video I'm planning to talk about more query patterns, and similarly we can do other things with the JP repository as well, and that's going to be very interesting. So stay tuned for videos like that. Thank you.